I'm going to show you how to play with the brush window to manipulate your brush. So in Photoshop you've got your brush, but what if you want to do a little bit more with it, like rotate it um, or flip it. So if you go up into Window and choose Brush, then in here will pop up this little window, and probably the first thing you can look at is you can come over here and all your brushes are in here, so you can actually go in here and pick your brushes from here if you'd like, if you don't like coming up here to change. But the cool thing up here, you can resize it in here. If you want to flip it, you just click on one of these and now it'll flip, and then I can apply that somewhere. You can also flip it different direction like that. And then I could take it off again if I want to do kind of a full circle type of thing brush. You can also manipulate and just change the angle on there. You can also do it by manually moving that around. You can also squish your brush on some of these if you want to play with it a little bit like that too. The other thing you can do, there's a spacing thing on here, and what this allows you to do when you click and drag, it allows you to kind of space it. So if I were to grab a brush and instead of just dabbing it, I could click and drag and it kind of spaces it, and that's kind of a big spacing. So if I change it a little bit, I can kind of drag it, where if you bring it close together it almost just acts more like a smear. So that's kind of the spacing that you can play. So those are some of the basics in here. There's quite a bit more you can actually do in here. I mean, you can click on these different things: scattering, texture, color dynamics, and usually the best way is just to kind of get in and play with some of those things. Just be careful, if you play too much with them, you might end up with a brush that doesn't really work that well. And you can also click on and off that little brush window to manipulate. But that's the brush window.